talking about Go Eat Worms. So this was Josh Irby's pick. I think we're all in agreement. This book can go suck a worm,
A fat worm.
pee very badly.
First off, I'd like to make one thing clear. If it seems like I'm a doomer who hates R.L. Stine, that's not true. I just tend to go for books where I can look at what could he have done better. And
I want to destroy
in
his
short
career.
terms, this book is, there's a lot.
All right,
For sure.
BRB.
Oh my God.
Keep going, BRB.
God. Like,
All right, so Irby, go right ahead, start us off.
first off, I'd like to make one thing clear. It's, I think one thing that needs to be pointed out is I feel like this book doesn't really have any real like structural direction to it because the pacing of this book is a disaster. It is 100 pages of worms and then the ending. But anyways, before we get to that, before I unload on this book that R.L. Stine said was bad, I should probably set the tone. This book stars a very mean, almost borderline sociopathic kid named Todd. He has a hobby and obsession with worms. So, as you probably noticed, this is more of under the lines of a creature feature Goosebumps book. Todd really loves to prank his siblings and other people, like his sister. He will put worms in a bunch of people's stuff, yet no worms were ever put in spaghetti, despite the fact that it was mentioned in the back of the cover. R.L. Stine, I'm more thorough than that. You gotta do better than that, bro. But eventually we get to a point where Todd notices something strange. The worms are ending up in his house, in random places. In there, everywhere. His bed. So here's where I have a problem with Go Eat Worms. If you're writing a creature feature that's supposed to be gross out, you have to be more disgusting.
Yeah.
And it just became like obnoxious because I was so bored with like 100 pages of all this shenanigans with the worms. And then we find out, oh, it's just a prank to his sister, worms aren't alive. As dumb as it is, the worms should have been a tangible threat during the entire book. It just became so obnoxious and grating, and by the time you fly over, like it's essentially a flyover, like the equivalent of, say, you're flying from Houston, Texas to Florida, you fly over those states like Arkansas. The plot became a flyover to a short segment about a giant worm, and Todd
Like the one in SpongeBob?
He ran out of steam.
Yes. And to put it nicely, Todd is nowhere near a likable enough or good enough protagonist to make up for it. I mean, part of the point of this book is this kid's supposed to be a massive bag of garbage. He's supposed to be terrible. And this book was supposed to be a good comeuppance story. But we learned nothing. Todd learned nothing. Did the same things. The twist tried to make an effort of punishing it, but by the time you're at the end, you're like, the only person who really got punished was the reader.
Yeah?
Like, I know it seems like I'm really annoyed, and I'm kind of rambling a lot. I'm going to give up the mic soon. This is one of those rare Goosebumps books where I actually feel angry reading it. Like, you have those dumb, bad Goosebumps books, you're like, that sucked, but it was at least fun.
Chicken?
This book actually physically irritates me.
Chicken. What?
Someone take the mic from me, please.
God.
Quit hating on chicken, Josh. You can't understand the complexity of chicken.
Chicken.
I
Yes.
think I've ran enough. Someone take the mic.
The mental gymnastics to enjoy chicken, okay?
Alright, so somebody else besides Irby Red. Go. Spongy, go.
Probably gonna go, but is that good?
He's talking, but I don't hear him. I wonder if his headphones are acting
Yeah,
up.
Spongy, you're
Are you talking?
You can't hear
He
you.
is talking. I see him talking.
Spongy's audio
wrong.
I'm so
Yeah, his
sorry.
audio's off. I had to edit this. Right. Anyway, Josh, go right now because we have audio issues.
Okay. as I was saying, I mean, I didn't like the book. I liked the ending. It was the ending. I mean, you know what? Fitting end to a character who deserved death. I'm gonna say.
You think he
I'm
deserved to
pretty sure that
die?
kid's dead. Todd deserves to die. He's dead.
I mean, didn't he technically die at the end?
I mean, I don't think I'm seeing that situation with the butterfly holding him down.
There's no guarantee he died, but the possibility wasn't eliminated.
I want to believe he died. I want to believe he got stabbed.
Yeah,
Right in his dick, just whoosh. Right in his fucking worm.
It was like Jeremy said, it's a crap book. If Ario Stein made it a lot more gross, it would have worked out, but no.
Okay,
right.
so since we're having audio issues,
something about this book. I read this book as a kid, and this was again one of those ones that were like my first Goosebumps books.
What?
Even as a kid, I thought this book sucked. But let me tell you something else. This book tastes like crap too. It's bad.
Stop eating it, you fruit nut.
Excuse me, it's my second copy. I can do what I want.
Question, Brandon, does it taste like worms?
No, it tastes like dirt.
Overall, I mean, the story just wasn't that great. I think, once again, like we said in the last episode, the concept was there. It sounded good over, like, probably a conversation over lunch. Like, hey, what about one of our kid likes worms? And then, like, he started writing it, and, like, 2 paragraphs, and he's like, fuck, what have I done? Oh, well, I'm getting paid. Fuck it. Todd sucks big fat worms. That's just my opinion. It was not a good book. But, yet again, Monster Blood 4 was also a terrible book, and I know we'll get there in time, so hey.
Yeah. Alright, so Goosebumps completionist, go ahead.
I think Go Eat Worms as a book has the same appeal as a cartoon around talking babies that burp, puke, and fart as the game. This story is not only repulsive, not only meaningless, the main character is by far, and this can be debatable, but at least in my gathering of reading Goosebumps, he's the most despicable character you can possibly ask for in a book. And the whole time I was hoping that he would get eaten by a worm, shat out by a worm, something, until the very end happens. And that's my favorite part of the whole book, because Spy's going to stab him.
To be honest, being the most despicable character is okay as long as the punishment and the payoff for him getting his comeuppance is justifiably enjoyable enough, and here it just flat out was not.
Yeah. Alright, so Bumps, go ahead.
I don't know what to say. Like, it's. I feel like we've covered it. It's a bad book. Funny story, this morning, before I started working on videos today, I watched the episode, and it's bad too. Like, it's one of those stories where it's just scene after scene happening. There's no. It's not a plot. There's no plot to it. It's just scene of worms, scene of worms. Until the end, where at least the episode wise, he's like, I'm gonna eat a sandwich, and then he gets taken by the fish. It's just like it's just. I feel like it was one collective idea that was cool out of the gates, that they were like, okay, so how do we make a book around it? Because there's not a lot to it. It's just kind of, hey, worms are gross, and I'm sleeping with worms in my bed, and my sister hates worms. Like, there isn't a lot to it. Like, it's probably the weakest book when it comes to story, and it's 100% my least favorite episode of the whole show.
This book is like, basically, it's like the dad who runs the haunted house on Halloween, and he just has dresses in a sheet, and like, oh, look at me, I'm scary!
I think, Spongy, I think you fixed your audio. That's what it sounded like. Nope. Okay, I thought he fixed it. Try unplugging your headphones. Look at the kitty cat.
But the point, though, this book is extremely thin on story.
Can you hear me now?
There he is.
There you go. There we go.
Well, I need my headphone plugged in. I don't bother.
Okay. No, I got you. There we go.
Wait. Let me. Okay.
The only way I can see someone liking this book is if you have a worm fetish. That's it.
I don't know what the worm fetish.
There's a lot of innuendo in the book regarding worms. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the book entertainment value you get out of the book. I think that has a good point.
Worms, hey, whatever. I don't judge you, man, but that's kind of weird.
I'm sorry, but the entire book of one prolonged prank for no payoff is just unsatisfying.
It feels like watching one of those really bad YouTube prank videos, and then it takes like 30 seconds to actually do the prank, and then you're just like, yeah, guys, we did the prank. All right, subscribe.
It's one of those ones where it's like, it's 15 minutes, and then at the end of it, it's like 2 seconds of a prank, and it's like buy Rid Wallets, buy ExpressVPN, you know?
To be that piece of shit, I'll make the joke. Would you say this book was just clickbait? Hence on the word bait?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
A lot of these books have clickbait. Please.
Clickbait.
Yeah, even cover clickbait. The cover has nothing to do with anything.
Wait,
You're
Spongy,
right.
what you got for me? I know your mic's good to go now.
Yeah, tell us what you thought of the book, Spongy.
Okay, yeah, go. Yeah, the whole structure thing is definitely in that. I mean, there's like a lot of stuff that doesn't really go anywhere, like big explosion in the science fair thing, but it's just forgotten about right after. There's just things like that all over the place in the book that just, going to become very sloppy, but not even interestingly sloppy. That makes it fun. It's just boring.
It's
I think there's some fun you could have had, I suppose, if you went really out there, but this really didn't do that. There are a few funny things in the background. Like my favorite scene in the science lab, where out of nowhere there's a crash, and one of the teachers goes, "Was that the acid?" And there's just no context to it. We don't find out what was up with that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
that was fun.
It's just so random. So. But and even by the end, it doesn't feel like he basically does the exact same thing, but with Butterfly. So he doesn't feel like he's learned anything, and that's how the ending happened. So basically a waste,
Butterfly
Agreed.
is the main protagonist in the book.
Yeah.
Butterfly's the best character.
Butterfly, best character though.
Yeah, Butterfly the end was the best character.
Yo, can I? If you're watching this video, everyone, spam Butterfly chat gang or Butterfly gang in the comments, please. Thank you. Have a great day.
Butterfly gang.
Butterfly gang. I probably just did some gang sign.
So when you edit this, can you put the beginning of the Reading Rainbow theme song in here, instead of our usual song?
I'm going to, yeah.
You know, Butterfly in the Sky.
The Reading Rainbow.
Josh still watches the Reading Rainbow. All right, so
I remember watching it a little bit as a kid.
We've collectively taken a shit on this book. I guess we should break down to ratings, and this was Irby's book, so we'll start with him.
Well, first off, I'd like to say one thing to give credit where credit's due. It's not like Stein tried to convince us this book is actually good. I read somewhere in a Reddit Ask Me Anything that he acknowledged this book wasn't very good. So I think the big thing is, I know there were a lot of points that said Todd is the most despicable protagonist. That's not what the issue is to me. The issue to me is the fact that there was no point to it. This book lacks structure and direction, but there's something about it that just keeps it from being the very worst book, so I'm going to take it easy on it and give it a 1.5 out of 10.
Holy fuck.
1.5.
Wow, you've never dipped your pen that low. I mean, you've been low, but holy fuck. All
I
right.
have a few times.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, books like Chicken don't make me as angry as this book.
Excuse me, but Chicken
It just doesn't.
is a cold classic. You're just
Chicken sucks
don't
ass.
understand.
All
You
right.
just don't understand it. Don't see
Look, the worst kind of book is one that makes me angry. This book pisses me off. 1.5.
Okay, Spongy, what's
The
your...
worst one, I think, I think how the worst one are both anger-inducing, but also, not even, fun to make fun of, but just boring or just straight up, get angry.
Yeah.
You know?
So if you were going to rate it, what would you give it?
For me?
Yeah.
I think 4 out of 10, the score I'd give it. There are a few others that definitely dig deeper into, aggravation and look when it's mostly just boring. With the bad protagonist, I can see how it could have worked as a point to make them either develop or get really punished, but the punishment, there's no growth in the punishment, it gets gratifying. So, 4 out of 10, very boring. Okay.
Yeah.
Rick and our guy that loves to crap on the book whenever he can. Even in the movie, Burger King, where Gak is trying to pick off her own time. Well, Burger King were very reference to one get negative light in the movie. So I thought that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bubs, what would you rate it?
3 out of 10. You know, it's it still is a situation where it's still a book in the series, and there's still nostalgia to it. So I don't think I'll ever give a book 0 or even like a full 1. So I'll have to give it a 3. It's boring. It's scene to scene to scene, but there are a couple elements that, you know, are decent. So it's not. It's. I wouldn't say it's the worst book. It's the worst episode, but it's not the worst book.
Okay.
It's not Stray and Pete's levels bad.
Wasaki.
I gotta give it a 2. I mean, I was contemplating giving it a 0.5, but like, I don't want to give that to Dalton, so I was gonna give it a 2. I mean, it's crap. It's total crap. But it's like, I'll give you this. I'll give you this brand. Chicken is slightly better than this.
Excuse me. You just don't understand the deep lore that it involves you in.
Can we stop talking about chicken, please?
No, it's chicken.
Brandon, stop jerking off chicken and give us a fucking score.
Okay, you're not my dad.
Brandon gives the book a 9. All right, so Austin, what would you score the book?
Just one of the mini skid marks on R.L. Stein's underwear. Into the bottom of the barrel. I'm going to have to give it a 1.0.
A 1.
There's only one book in
1.0,
and we haven't reviewed it yet, but it'll come.
So is it just a 1 then? I'm confused.
What's the book you think it's worse?
Okay. He gave it a worm. Brandon.
Give it a worm.
What are you scoring?
Right. You know what? I'm going to give it a 2, just to meet with Josh.
Wow.
So you know what, Josh? Thank you for being my anime person. No, don't.
You know, what have you taught Brandon?
Again.
Brandon edits. Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
I will burn you with a flamethrower. Bye.
All right. So enough jerking each other off. I'm gonna go with my score now, if you two don't mind.
Sure, go ahead, buddy.
Are you sure? Because like a lot of the times lately, the two of you seem to step on my fucking baritone here.
Go ahead, buddy. I'm not fucking fighting you.
Just making sure, Senpai Josh. Anime sauce lover. It's a 4 for me.
Okay.
It was not the worst book in the world, but goddamn is it dry. And again, it doesn't really have a... I don't know. As a kid, it kind of made me kind of not like worms, so there's that. I think maybe it's my nostalgia glasses. I don't fucking know. Alright, let me add it up, and I will let you know how fucking bad this flopped.
Well, what was your score? You didn't give a score.
I said 4. Take your fucking body pillow out of your ears.
Yeah.
Who are you?
He knows it's true.
You know
He's got his cum socks in his ears right now.
That's kind of gay. I'm sorry, Josh, but that's child pornography. Goodbye.
Yeah, was it like a 3 or something?
I'm almost there, man. Give me a second. I failed math a couple times here.
I can't wait to get to the episode.
So we can bash on it more?
Oh, it's not far from over.
Okay. 2.853.
Wow.
2.853. We're gonna round 2.5. 2 and a fucking half. F, motherfucker.
Got better than that.
So, does that mean we gotta go to the episode?
Yep.
Episode. Yeah.
So, for starters, I can understand people saying the episode is just as awful as the book, but to be fair, I honestly saw a fair amount of improvements. I think there was a lot more grotesque element in the fact that they stuck with the worms are just alive element. The whole, you got caught in a fishhook scene was very dumb, but I think it worked just a little better with the fact that the whole time the creatures were attacking him, and I actually feel like Todd got punished. Don't get me wrong, the episode is not a banger, but if someone had to ask me, would you at least go as far as to say it's okay? I would say, yeah, I think it satisfied a decent amount of the issues I had with the book. It's not special. It's not great. I don't even know if I'd call it good, but I don't think I'm going to unload on it like I did the book. That's all.
All right, while you're talking, score it. While we just get this going.
4 out of 10.
No, I'm like it's a black here. I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
5 out of 10.
All right, next.
It's okay.
Bubs, tell us what you thought of the episode, and then score it.
It's. I feel like it is a slight improvement on the book, but like just watching it, it's good. I watched it this morning because like it's because like the one that came after, because I have them on like a disc drive, like all the episodes. The one that came after was You Can't Scare Me, and that one is significantly better than Go Eat Worms, at least episode wise.
Yeah.
It's just it's one where it's like you don't need to rewatch it. Like it's not one that like when I was younger and would watch it, I was like, it's like it's okay. It's not great though. Like it's not one that I have a desire to go back to, like many of the 2-parters or even the 3-parter. So it's like I would say 4 out of 10 because it's not 1 out of 10, but it's like still not great. It's just a bunch of scenes tied together with a very thin string, you know? And then it gets to the end, which isn't bad, but like, do the ends match the means, I guess, in this sense, you know? It's not. I wouldn't watch it again, you know? I don't feel like I need to, so I'd say 4 out of 10.
Okay. Spongy!
I'll give it a 4.
No, I want Spongy next.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here you go. For the TV episode, another example of like how much they have to clean up problems in a book. Compared, I think even structurally, I think it works better. But like certain elements, like the scene where the friend like accidentally can worm Alan can worm when he breaks off the friendship with Todd. Like in that, the show sort of a consequence of thing in a way that really dug into that movie. That was interesting, little additions like that. So I think, and they're cutting out the prank stuff, you know, go and make, you know, the climax feel more, you know, earned. And they're cutting out, like, a lot of kind of stuff, and that Patrick kid, who we didn't even mention because he's whatever. You know, just cleaned it up, really make things flow a lot better. And then you get to the ending, which I really enjoyable. It kind of similar issues with the book, but a lot funnier. In fact, the writer of the Cup Code, Rick Drew, he had a YouTube channel. He left a comment on one video about the Cup Code confirming that Todd died at the end, basically. At least that's what he liked to think.
Hell yeah.
So I think that's pretty funny knowing
also,
that.
I should point out Todd's voice actor is a producer for Drake.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And a theme where he looked to rap me good in the episode.
Makes sense. He was making that Goosebumps money before Degrassi. Anyway, if you were going to score it, Spongy, what would you score it?
Okay, for the episode. Let's see. I feel like somewhere in the Kevin range is fair. Like Kevin Point. I'll Kevin Point like 4 or 5 is my safe rating for it. I think better than Merely Decent, but not like one of my all-time favorites. I watch again and again. You know. So I think Kevin 4. Why not? Let's put it that way. That's a weird one, but I don't care. But fair rating. I think that was pretty entertaining.
Josh, Reviews Incorporated, what would you score it?
I'm gonna give it to 4. It does improve stuff, but it's still crap.
Okay.
Brandon?
I'll give it 4.
And then, almost last but not least, Goosebumps Completionist.
Oh, you're gonna make me do it. This episode.
Don't do it!
This episode, when the TV book is better than the episode, which is better than the actual book, you know you have issues. Okay? This episode
the TV book. I have
the
cheesiest
eroticism I've ever seen in the show. Maybe next to How I Got My Shrunken Head, but at least Mark was likable. Todd in this episode, he has the face you want to punch. He has the hobby of a sadistic
serial killer
psychopath, and he's yet again despicable, except slightly better. So the episode kind of redeemed it. I still like the TV book better, so I'm going to give it a 2.5.
Damn.
Okay. I'm going to just settle everybody here and be that basic bitch and go with a 4. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. I mean, I like the giant worm, and I kind of wish we saw more of that. Like, if the town was having earthquakes so it didn't seem so crazy, that would have been more interesting than just, oh my god, I fell into a giant cavern. And You know,
yeah,
maybe
he could have done like a Tremors like kind of knockoff there.
Yeah, you know, honestly, that might have been like where he was heading with it.
Please the episode about giant prioritize the right
My thing is like when the first time I read Go Eat Worms, it always brought me back to that SpongeBob episode with a giant worm.
Alaskan burn worm.
Big, scary, and pink.
Yeah, the difference is we didn't want SpongeBob to get killed.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever seen the Creep Show?
Actually, I kind of did.
All right, I have the score for the episode.
Mystic, bro. Why do you want Mama to die?
So,
because he's annoying. It's like,
you shut your fucking mouth for a second. Thank you.
I will.
3.75 is what the episode scored.
Ooh, beautiful.
So yeah, somehow the episode did better than the book. Like, we didn't see that coming. With that being said,
Wow.
what is our next book? I completely forgot already.
It's Bub's turn to pick.
Yeah, it was. This is because I was thinking about one that like isn't a traditional, like everyone knows the cover, but it's not one that people
know the book
immediately think of when they think of the series, and it's also one that doesn't have an adaptation for a TV show. Which would be cool if they did, but they probably don't. I love the Friday 13th vibes. I love the sleepaway camp vibes it gives. So I chose the Curse of Camp Cold Lake because that one.
let's go.
I'm like surprised at how violent it was.
All right.
Oh man, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
So, Brandon, take us
I kind of
home.
wish we had the ending to the Creep Show movie. You know, with the guy has the bugs, cockroaches crawling through his body and exploding out of his head. I kind of wish that happened in the episode for Go Eat Worms. I feel like that would have been a very fitting ending.
That or Todd's dick got replaced with a worm.
Oh, great twist ending. Todd's actually a compiling of words taking form and they create a human body.
Good ending.
That's actually better than I could imagine for the story.
So, do we just want to do channel updates real quick?
Sure, but take us home because I'm on the cusp of running out of footage here. So you got 3 minutes. Make it go. Go, go, go.
Okay. I have content coming soon, I guess. Someone else go.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We're getting our tech equipment together.
Oh. Okay, I got anime reviews, and I got the Horror Burrito Origins of the Josh Wysock coming out tomorrow. I just finished the trip today.
This will be out later, Josh, so you shouldn't say tomorrow, because it's kind of...
Well, that's all I'm saying.
Anybody else got anything?
Oh, should we bring up the idea that we had about the spinoff?
Let's do Bubs first and then you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's simple. If I watch something that I like, I'll review it. I'll talk about it. That's just how it will be for my channel.
Beautiful.
Austin?
I guess if Brandon's okay with me announcing it right now,
I don't care.
we're talking about doing that one Give Yourself Goosebumps podcast, which is a spinoff to this series, which is obviously OG62, but in the spinoff we'll be discussing Give Yourself Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Which I hope you guys will enjoy. If you like Give Yourself Goosebumps, come check it out.
Spongy, you got anything before I wrap it up?
Okay, well, if my blog is my main thing I work on, and next month I'm doing another round of Goosebumps ripoff review. I'll be doing some Spine Tingler, Star Wars Galaxy of Fear, Graveyard School, more fun stuff that'll be interesting to talk about. So that's my update.
Yes, I love Spine Tinglers.
Look forward to that in the description below, because Brandon's going to start crediting people's stuff. Aren't you, Brandon? All right. So with that being said, instead of talking about my channel, I want to leave everybody with an important message.
I got it. Oh, got him.
Got ya, bitch.
And that's been that one Goosebumps podcast. See you next episode.